Hi Susanna, and thank you for joining us today to demonstrate the kind of questions that we practice at the Listening Networking Group. So we'll start how we normally do. What would you like to have happen?
Because I'm just starting up my business in the Poole and Bournemouth area, I want my target market to actually want to use my business services and actually look for ways that I can help their business.
And what kind of target market is that target market?
It's family owned and owner managers of engineering, technology businesses, and we're talking really £1 million turnover plus.
And what needs to happen for that to happen?
First of all, they've got to know that I exist. They have to know that I'm credible. They have to have a reasonable understanding of what I do and how I could benefit the business. And I think I need to have a good reputation so that they actually get to hear about me and actually want some of what I have and want that in their business.
And what needs to happen for them to know that you exist?
Well, I'm already networking and I'm trying to find out the kind of places where my target market will go, typically being engineering, technology business owners. They don't network a huge amount unless it's around a technical event. So I've already found one technical event that I'm going to go to. I think word of mouth and actually building relationships up with people that they trust, which for me will be banks, investors, solicitors, those kind of companies who need, again, to be actually aware of what I do and know enough about me and believe I'm credible enough and can add enough value into businesses to want to recommend me. So I think it's not only working with my target market, but also working with who do they know, who do they trust, and building my reputation with both of those types of people.
And so when building your reputation and recommendations, what needs to happen to build your reputation?
I think there's so much you can do in terms of background. What you always hear is people are generally only interested in themselves. Therefore, I'm not the kind of person to go around just sort of spouting off about what I can do. But if we can get into a conversation, and also if I can find a way of demonstrating my skills, whether that's taking part in talks or whether it's actually what I really enjoy is when I'm having a chat with somebody, if they've got a real problem that they need to solve right away, just having a chat about that means that straight away they get some kind of benefit from our conversation, some ideas of how to go forward, and I get a chance to be able to demonstrate my skills. And plus it's something that I love doing anyway. I love solving problems. That's why I'm in this business.
And so you love solving problems,
yes.
And if you can have a chat and you can help them,
yes,
then you can get your reputation and recommendations.
Yes.
And what needs to happen to chat like that?
I think one of the things is direct mail, but again, it's trying to get your letter somehow to be picked out and selected by them amongst all the hundreds of other ones. I think this is where the sort of the networking comes in, and I think again whether there's some kind of venue or some kind of business exchange or ideas exchange, that's the kind of thing that I need to be looking for, where I can make a valuable contribution to people. I had a meeting the other night with it was a solicitor that I'd met. His daughter has just set up a new business, and she's not quite sure of how to take her business forward. So she and I met, had a drink in the local bar and just had a chat actually about what she's good at, what she's known for in her existing business, and how that can then be seen as valuable by clients in her new market. And that's really helped her to focus from a potential customer base of thousands down to actually a very niche type of customer. And she's very, very excited about that as well, because it always has to be not only someone who will value what she does, but actually a kind of customer that she would love to deal with. The two things are very, very important.
And so when it's a chat like that, then what happens?
I guess she got very excited about all the ideas, I got very excited about all the ideas, and I think my sort of creativity then goes into overdrive in terms of being able to put her in touch with various people, resources, just different websites you can go on and actually do some more work, how she can establish her credibility. And I think it's just very, very easy for someone like that to instantly see what I can bring, and actually the breadth of my skills and experience in being able to talk not only particularly about particular markets or marketing or strategy, but also some of the legal implications. So for example, we're talking about a new partnership and the fact that she really needed to get a partnership agreement set up now, and perhaps some of the financial aspects as well. So it's easy then for me to go from one extreme of marketing all the way through to legal, commercial, financial, etc.
And so when you have a chat like that, you can have the breadth of your skills and knowledge, and you love to solve problems.
I do.
And what needs to happen for chat to happen?
I think it's that introduction. Again, it's I need to, I mean, this is where the listening comes in, because it's actually spotting when someone says, this is what's going on in my business right now, or I'm not quite sure of how to do that, and actually being able to hear what they've said, how they've said it, and either be able to have a conversation with them at that point, or go back to them and be able to open up a conversation later on. That's the ideal scenario, really, because they've already got a challenge that they're having to face already, and that's perfect, because for me, I'm aware of how busy business people are. They don't want to be very, very busy in what they're doing and have to stop or try and stop doing that to work separately on their business improvement programme. They actually need to start off with the current challenges they're facing, but actually put those into a context of how does this affect the whole business. So straight away they start getting benefits, and actually I know they can't take lots of time away from their current business. It's a real challenge for them. So starting a current problem is a great way for them to get an instant win, and for me to demonstrate what I can do, and I enjoy that.
So if you start with a current problem, it's an instant win.
Yes.
And then you can demonstrate, and you love to do that.
Yes. I love to solve the problems, and through solving the problems, they see what I can do for them.
And can you get introductions like that?
Yeah, I'm sure I can, yes. Yeah. And I've got certainly one that I've had straight away, but I think actually just talking to you and just saying what I need from the network of people that I'm meeting is I need to just be able to have a chat with people about some of the current challenges they're facing, and I think that's a twofold benefit. One, it means that I've got a much greater awareness of the current challenges that are out there, particularly in the economy today, and again that kind of knowledge of being able to, whilst maintaining confidentiality, talking to business owners to say, yeah, other people are experiencing the same problem, helps them, but also it helps me find a way into them to give them an instant benefit and to benefit myself as well.
And can you find out what their challenges are?
That again is where the listening skills come in, because you have to be able to build up very quickly a rapport, a connection, a good sense of trust. And again, that comes from them feeling that you understand them, understand their business, and that you get on well, because only when they trust you will they start talking about some of their challenges, and usually they won't talk about their deepest, darkest secrets. They'll start talking about some of the day-to-day kind of things, and it's only when you build up the relationship that they'll actually tell you what's really going on and what's really keeping them awake at night. So yes, I can, but it's dependent on a number of factors, particularly building the relationship up, building the trust level up, and again, if I can do that through people that I meet through networking, through their trusted advisors, getting good referrals, that really helps me. But the proof of, is what that phrase, the proof of the tasting or whatever is in the proof of the pudding's in the tasting. Is that what it is? When people sort of get to know me, starting to talk to me, they'll know for themselves that I'm very ethical in what I do, and that I want to genuinely help them.
Fantastic. That's a good place to stop.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to invite you now just to take a moment out to write down what you know now.
Okay.
And we'll come back in a moment and discuss that. If that's okay.
Yes, sure.
All right. So welcome back, Susanna. You've just taken yourself about 5 or 10 minutes just to write down and note what you know now. And would you like to share that with us?
Yes, and I've started off with who my target market is, so family stroke owner managed engineering and technology companies, and really what I'm working on is that they want me to help their businesses, and that's very important to me. That it's not a hard sell. That's not what I do. So they need to actually have a want and a need that I can fulfil for them. I've put in here what we talked about earlier on, which is the opportunity to solve problems over a chat, which creates an instant win-win, establishes my credibility, helps them straight away with their business, which is one of my goals, and actually gives them a much better sense of what I do, which is what I've got written down here. So what I've talked about up here is one of the goals is to solve problems over a chat. How will I hear about their problems? This comes down to the rapport, asking them, building up the trust, getting referrals. So, talk about the instance where somebody said, "Oh, my daughter actually has got a challenge that she's facing right now in her business." And one thing I've thought about is perhaps having a forum on LinkedIn where people can actually post some questions and I can send some answers back, or maybe I will just select one and actually do a much more detailed response to that one. I think that would work very well. And it's really about then how people sort of get a very clear and simple understanding of what I do. And also, if they want me to help their business, then they need to actually like me and value what I can do for them. And they need to know I exist, which again comes back to marketing, referrals, events where I can meet them as well. And I think this is the challenge meet really, is what's going to make them want me to help their business. And I think that comes from having a need that they have to fulfil. So it's either something that's causing them a headache right now in their business, or if they don't solve it, it's going to cause them a headache. So that could be anything to do with a risk or sales or issues with their staff, or it could be a longer term desire to actually sell the business, to grow the business. They may need succession planning. They may be looking to attract investment into their company as well. So although it's not causing a problem right now, at some point in the future, they need to capitalise on the value they've got in the business. So that will be a future need.
And so when you know all that, what difference does knowing that make?
It means I've been playing with this idea for a few days, and I think actually it's going to work really, really well. So I'm going to start doing that, and perhaps invite a couple of people to actually just start it off and let's see where it goes. It means that knowing now that I know I can solve problems for people over a chat, and I think and it works as I say, it's a win-win for both of them. So now that I know that, I can ask people, and when I actually go along to have a chat and a cup of coffee about sort of where they are, I can say to them, please think about a challenge you're currently facing, and we can start by having a chat about that, because that also means that they're not taking time out of their day. They're actually taking time out to work on a challenge they're facing anyway. So I can ask people to tell me about their problems, and I can ask people that I meet through networking that if they think of a company who would benefit from just a chat, to have a look at one or two issues they're facing, then again it's much easier for them to be able to say, well, actually I do know so and so who I think would be useful for you to have a chat with.
And so knowing that you can now ask them for a chat and about solving problems, which is a win-win situation, and you're going to move forward with LinkedIn forum, what difference will that make to your business?
I think it will speed up how quickly I can generate business, and I think it will speed up how quickly I can build strong relationships, and relationships where people believe and know that I'm credible at what I do, and that I can add value into companies. And I do think in the environment that we work in, it doesn't work in every environment, but I think particularly in the networking groups that I've been going to, people genuinely want to help other businesses. And it is all about, if they're doing well, then we're doing well, and as a community, you know, and as a town, we're all doing well. So I think that when they find somebody who's good at what they do, they will refer you on, because they actually want to help other people, and it has the, you know, a good impact in terms of, you know, they've made a very good referral, so it looks good on them as well.
Okay, is that a good place to stop?
That's fine. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time today.
Okay, thank you.